So lots of people get in touch with me and want to know a bit more about the TM6 specifically and how it differs from the other models if they have one of the TM31 or the TM5, or just in general, if they haven't seen a Thermomix before and they want to know a bit more about it. I thought I'd make this little video so you can have a little check of it out, and please ask me any questions that you have. I'll be happy to answer them. I have had all three models now, the TM31, the TM5, and now the 6. So I'm definitely loving the 6 more than the others. But let's just show you and see what you think. So first of all, you get everything you need. You do not need to buy separate attachments or anything to do different functions. Everything is included when you get the Thermomix. You've got the lid and the bowl and the blade here. So 2.2 litre high grade, always high grade stainless steel with Sologen steel blades, which is the strongest steel in the world. Now I'm going to cook a quick recipe. I'm going to boil some eggs. So just to show you how you can follow the recipe and how you can get perfect boiled eggs every time. But this is just an example of following along with a guided recipe of the 50,000+ that are on the Cookiedoo website. So if you haven't already, jump onto cookiedoo.com.au, get your free 30-day trial, and you can see all the recipes that you can access direct from the TM6. So let's look and show you how to boil eggs. Okay, so your screen that you're seeing now is what we call a manual screen. So that's when you can choose the time, the temperature, and the speed yourself. You're following a recipe that you know off by heart, or you're creating something new. If you're confident in the kitchen, this is the way you would cook mostly. For the rest of us that aren't so confident in the kitchen, you can access all the recipes via the TM6 and online. So any recipes that you go online and you see that you like, you can save them into a collection and they will all appear here. So whatever playlists that you have made, like basic recipes, must tries, you're going to call them whatever you like. They're all going to show up here for you. So then you can just find them easily. So let's take a look at what I wanted to try. So I wanted to try this shredded pork, this slow cooked pork. So I put that in there so I can easily just go in there and start cooking it from that screen. Here I'll also be able to access any recipes that I've put into my weekly planner. So this week I plan to try out some coconut yogurt and the poached eggs pods. So I've put them there and I can just go into that day and just tap on that and it's going to take me straight to the instructions. Another really cool thing is that you can search via the actual TM6. So if you don't want to go online, or you're standing there and you just want to, something's cooking and you want to see what's next, you can go into this menu here, the Cookiedoo, and it'll say, you know, hello, what would you like to cook today? Very nice. And then you can honestly type in everything. So let's type in boiled eggs. Just like you would use your, so it's coming up there, boiled eggs, just like you would use your phone or your tablet to do. Now there's the recipe I want to do, and when I'm ready I can start cooking, or I can take a quick look at what I need to get prepared, or I can jump straight to the step. If I click on step 2 there, it'll take me straight to the step. It's got the nutritional information here of the eggs, how much protein, how much carbs and fats you're getting from the egg, and we can hit start cooking whenever we're ready. So I'm going to put 400 grams of room temperature water in. So just take note of the scales here for a moment while I pour in the water. So I've bumped that so we can tear it off, and adding in the 400. Kind of like trying to get the exact amount of the fuel in the car because it's so accurate. Then once I've done that, I hit next and I insert the simmering basket, which is this. I've already put the eggs inside. I'm doing 4, but you can fit in as many as you can fit. Next, put the 4 eggs, so done that. Next, insert the lid. And this is the really cool thing about this recipe in particular. Everybody likes their eggs cooked differently and wants them perfect every time. So this tells you exactly how long you need to cook these for to get your perfect boiled eggs. So telling us 10 minutes, it describes what the egg is like. You just find which one's for you, and then set the time to that. So I like hard-boiled eggs, so I'm gonna go with 13. And then once I've selected my time, turn the speed selector to speed 1, and it's showing us where speed 1 is. So I'm just going to turn that dial to 1, and that is literally all I need to do. After that 13 minutes, my eggs are going to be cooked exactly how I like them. So how cool is that? That's just one really cool, quick recipe just to show you how the guided function works. But like I said, you can go through your own recipes and be fully creative and make up your own stuff too, which is what I do a lot of the time, new ThermoFit recipes. So you can use it wherever your level of cooking is at. Now, while that's cooking, let's take a look at some of the functions. So while this is cooking, I can tap the home screen and it'll bookmark my position. So as soon as I tap that, it'll take me right back to where I was. Now, this is where you find all of the really cool functions. So the scales, you can put them on manually when you need to. The kneading mode, dough, that's where the machine is going to be kneading your dough. Then we have turbo, which is like pulse on a blender. It's just that really intense, quick shot of the highest speed. Then pre-clean, which is one of my favorites. You just pop in some water afterwards and hit pre-clean, and it does all of the blending and the cleaning for you. Put a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid in there, and you've got a nice clean bowl that might just need a little wipe over afterwards, or ready to go in the dishwasher, no rinsing required. We have kettle mode, which if you're going to take your Thermomix camping, a lot of people do, you can use it as a kettle. Some people have been using this function to reheat their food if they don't use a microwave, because basically you just throw what you need to in there, select the temperature, and it will finish cooking when the food inside or the contents inside is at the temperature that you set. Full of little sensors and everything, this TM6. So it even senses how long it needs to clean for when you use the pre-clean, depending on how dirty it is. Blend mode, we just put all your ingredients in for a smoothie and hit blend. Slow cook, that's amazing new function. It's basically, you can slow cook like you would cook in your slow cooker. It goes for up to 8 hours. You select the temperature. You can follow along with a recipe, or you can just add your own in. Then we've got sous vide, which is a new function also, and it's where you cook proteins like salmon, fish, salmon, chicken, whatever it might be, in the Cryovac bags, and that is done at a lower heat for a longer time as well, and everything is super tender. That's a really cool new addition. And fermentation, another really good addition. That's a low temperature, long time type thing, but there's plenty of recipes to help you support you on starting out with that. As rice cooker, which replaces your rice cooker. It's the absorption method, so you can steam the rice, or you can also use it in the absorption method in the rice cooker, where the blades don't move and they just cook it like that as it would be on the stove. And then we have just one function on this next page, which is thicken, but all this space here can be filled if they come out with new functions down the track. It doesn't mean that any model after yours is going to have this function and you won't. The really cool thing is that now, because we have software updates available, anything that comes up is just going to require a quick software update, and that's it. You'll have the function too. So I hope that gives you a really quick overview of the TM6. And if you have any questions at all from that, please get in touch. I'm happy to answer them. Like I said, I have had all three models, so if you're a previous owner of any of them, I can tell you what the differences are. Or if you're new to Thermomix completely, that's incredible. It's a really good time to have your first Thermomix because you just cannot go wrong. Okay, well, my eggs are nearly ready, so I'm gonna go. But if I can help you in any way get the Thermomix on your bench or answer any questions, I would be more than happy to do that. So don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks.